Hello YouTubers. Right, I just finally caught up with season 5 of Falling Skies. I don't know what to say. I've been at it all day actually, you know, watching it. I went from one right through to the big final, and I don't know what to say. I mean, I found there was a lot of wasted opportunities, and the climax was a bit disappointing. We'll start with the first episode. The first episode, remember the last season when they blew the mining thing on the moon for the is it H3 or some alien 3 or something, where they were their power core, the Asheni power core, and he destroyed it and Lexi sacrificed herself. Well, when he's drifting off into space and all this, and that other alien turns up, it's about, you know, wiped out her red, she's last of her survivor, and she wants him to do something for her, and I'll go into all that in a minute. Well, obviously he survives, and he ends up crashing in a river or something in a beamer, and he ends up with his family, and no, sorry, no, I'm wrong. I'm actually quite wrong. He ends up sort of like crashing, and they tell him to be a warrior and be full of vengeance. This alien, and does, you know, and just go out there and basically fuck them over and fight them with Ed. And you go through a couple of episodes where he does all out assault on the Asheni because they've lost the power source, and a lot of the skitters and the hornet things that fly around, they're all losing sort of control, and it's all going on. And he sort of like, anyway, he sort of lost a bit of his humanity, I suppose, because he's on this mission. Anyway, it all comes up Pope, which I'm really annoyed about this, because I was hoping, you know, I had big plans for him. I thought he'd have, well, I'll get to this when I get to the final. Well, there's all that, and Pope, oh, this woman who changes him is madly in love with her. Anyway, they're on some patrol, and she gets done by this alien stuff in the grass, like, I don't know what it is. Anyway, he tries to save her, he goes running to him, but Tom says, we can't save her because we've got to take out this thing or whatever. I mean, I kept slipping in and out of it all, do you know what I mean? It were alright. I mean, I was losing interest in certain episodes, and anyway, he blames him for her death and all that, and it all builds up where there's a big shootout where they're gonna, you know, he wants to fucking, there's the scene where he's gonna fucking, gives him his gun, and Tom says blow him fucking brains out for decisions I've made and all that. And when the big shootout happens, he comes, Hornet thing grabs him, and that's it, and he's vanished for the rest of that episode. And there's all other things going on, you know, like these little bug things, and they've got human eyes, and they're mixed with other DNA, Asheni human, hybrid, you know, a lot of that going on, usual. And Bill, is it Will Patton? I like his character. He's pretty standard. He's like the rough hard colonel, you know, he's holding it all together. And then there's his family, then there's the Isabel and the Maggie, you know, the love affair between the brothers. She's in love with both brothers, and she's got spikes on her back, and it sort of goes on, and it just chugs along at a certain speed with things going on, still finding absolutely nothing out why the aliens are here and who are they and what they're about, really. The Vaughn, I like Cochise. I really did like his character, but he didn't really do much this season for me. And they weren't really about, and I know they were fighting the Asheni elsewhere in the universe, but I mean, you know, they were just really, what point of him being there, really? I mean, you know, do you remember end of the second season? I mean, what a fucking build-up. I mean, first season was pretty standard, but second season was fucking amazing. What a cliffhanger that was. You know, when the Vaughn turned up at end, they're all there with guns, and they're all, you know, I thought, what, this is fucking getting better, this. And then, it's the second stage, like 2 months on or something, where they're all working together, and you know, the initial reaction of them, us and them, it's never really explained. Anyway, back to season 5, because season 3, I just couldn't be bothered with season 3 really. And then you get this usual Shenny shit where they're replicating human beings and fucking all they do same thing over and over again. I mean, they're not really imaginative and skitters and rest of it. And we're sort of moving along again. We're getting to an episode where, like, I think it's episode 7. You know, I could go into this in detail about every episode, but today I've watched all 10 episodes, and it's just going in and out. Like, I know I've said it, and I don't want to repeat myself. So we're getting to episode 7 or 8. They're going to go to a naval base because they realise the big push is Shenanigans Chaos, and they're up to something. And there's this place where they're really focused on where rumoured aliens were here 2,000 years ago or something. And they get into the fact, so they're going to go for a big push, and through foam technology they get to sort of find out about other militias and rest of it. And there's a load of them named himself the Mason Stormers, all after Mason militias and that. And he's like a Captain America sort of character, yeah. You know, he's like not so, but he's like a leader of men and all. He's very humble, and you're getting a bit fucking sick of that, really, because it's been going on for 5 years. I like Noah Wyle, I think he's a good actor, but I don't know. Somehow, by the time 5th season come round, they just lost the plot with it. Because through all the 5 years of it, you're expecting something really big, you know. So anyway, up to 7 or 8, they find this naval base, and then it's run by this captain and colonel fella. Will Patton knows her, and obviously had some affair with her and all this, and she's like acting a bit odd and weird, and that, and obviously we all know she's somehow being controlled by the Shenny, you know. And he's sort of onto it, and suddenly they're all on this base and they're all pretending to be nice. And suddenly the house arrest out second Massachusetts alt Mason family get put on trial, and she has a secret meeting with a Shenny. Colonel follows her, he proves it, and even half at men in base are a bit, well, why are we killing collaborators and all this, you know, and she's not her, is it? She's another fucking duplicate. And while this is going on, right, they find Lexi out in a forest. I mean, come on, it's obvious she's been, you know, I'm thinking, oh, they brought her back. I mean, she did the big sacrifice, and that's it. And then you get the odd vision of the alien, you know, the last of her race coming to help him. And it builds up, and they have the big court thing, and I'm thinking, what is the point in all this? So anyway, I finally got through episode 8, and Pope's still like shoot out and carrying on. He's gone rogue, and I just think, what a waste of such a potential character here. Do you know what I mean? Because I like Pope, but he should have gone. For me, right. Anyway, I'll move on to episode 9 and 10. Episode 9 is quite good because they've got the finest communications device, and they stick their hands in, and they get into the Shenny collective, and they just find a bit. Just the end of the episode, they're all sort of. They're all worshipping something. There's something above them, and it's the Queen, right? Which, you know. So what happened to this great threat? They were all terrified of, you know, when they were on about it last series and this, you know. So this separate alien, they're all terrified of her or something. You know, last series they were scared of it. You know, they were scared of something. Anyway, and if it sort of dropped all that, it would have been good for another alien race involved with them, you know, on a bigger scale. And I'm sat there and I'm thinking, yeah, alright, right, come on, right, we've got to episode 9, then we get into episode 10. Right, this is it now, we're here, the big fandango, the big 5 years fucking waiting for the answers, right? And, you know, what do we get? You know, right, they've got this plan, they contact everybody, there's one Vaughn there, I don't know what, you know, Corchese, where's the rest of them? Yeah, you know, they should have. Anyway, they all get together and they have a big plan, and they all go and attack Washington, but the Shenny have built a big wall and it's all covered up. Even they do a one-off attack against the naval base, you know. That fails. Anyway, next day they go on attack and they realise there's tunnels under Washington or something, what the politicians used to use, that president or something. And they all go off and go in there, and guess what? It's the scene from Aliens, isn't it? Fucking pods everywhere, do you know what I mean? And, you know, like let's get to Aliens, do you know what I mean? You could see Ripley being in there. I mean, before that, you know, we've got Jeff Iye, the Sons of Anarchy turning up all on motorbikes, you know, and they're all a bit mind blown with it all, what he's coming out with. And then he's gone off and had secret chats with Alien over there. I think that's it, last episode. I mean, you just, honestly, by this time losing interest now, but I've got to stick with it. So anyway, they go through and Moonblood good, she's good, I like her character, the Doctor. Anyway, show out in tunnel or something, and the nice soldier, he's going on about serving patriotism, he gets done in tunnel. And Colonel gives another sickening speech to it all. And then they move on, and he's left on his own with device aliens gave him, other aliens, and, you know, to wipe them out. And he goes, anyway, he goes off and they go all the way, but she's been injured with shrapnel or something, and Doctor's gonna die, his wife and all this. This is after fucking, oh yeah, Lexi got vaporised in episode 9 or something. Yeah, honestly, by that time, I just wanted this to finish. So, we get in, he's in Lincoln Memorial, sort of looking around, and then you go to them, there's a bit of a thing where they're all in the tunnel again. Well, you know, wondering about, and she's like, you think, oh, she's not going to die, is she? So, it all ends up where he's there, looking around, as I was saying. And we see it, and it's like a big, massive fucking alien queen she-bitch thing, you know. And I'm thinking, right, alright, that Empress got big legs and it looks alien. And it's speaking to him, and anyway it spits on him and traps him, and he drops the weapon, the biological weapon. And he turns around and says, the alien says to him, do you know why we've done it to you? And I'm going, she said, can't you see past your anger, you know, don't you care about why we fucking have annihilated most of your race? And he's looking at her, and she does something to him in his head and sends it in telepathically. Apparently they were expanding their empire a long time ago, and they found Earth, and Earth were quite a unique planet in the galaxy, you know, all this usual, right, standard. And her daughter landed or something, and they were gonna, I don't know, take over or whatever. So it never really went into it. Anyway, the human beings were primitive, but the humans ended up killing the daughter and pushing them off the planet. I mean, this is where they had spears and bows and arrows, you know. And that's it. That's the full 5 years of Falling Skies. That is why the fucking aliens invaded. That was it. After all the bullshit of five years, you got to that. That's it. She's here basically because she's pissed off she lost her daughter 1500 years ago. You know, and that was it. And anyway, there's a bit of a struggle, and it sticks this thing and it starts, you know, it's going to fucking kill him, and he's saying, if I kill you, you'll all crumble, but he's going, if you kill me, there'll be another one to take me place, usual stuff. They're sucking his blood out, she's doing something with this, like, spike coming out of her stomach or something. And he gets the weapon on her, and she just blows up, bang, she's gone in about 2 seconds, boom, puff, gone. I just couldn't be arsed with it. I thought, is that it? And then suddenly, you know, like, you know, he gets out and you see them all blow up all over Washington because they're going to occupy the planet just to rub it in even more. And, you know, she dies as a bit of an emotional scene, and he goes running there, he's freaking out, he picks her up, and suddenly he has this, like, trip. And remembers everything, all this alien stuff, you know, going in his head with contact with other lot. Them, you know, wanted the revenge. And he takes her into the river and all fucking tentacles come out and takes her under water. And she's gone. So, right, I think obviously they're going to save her, you know, something like that. And then Pope turns up looking completely fucked. Because obviously, I mean, he got done I mean, he got done like in one laughing episode before. He ran it for about 10 minutes. He shot a car and it all blew everything up, and he got trapped behind it all and all this. But he survived, and he's there with a gun, looking completely. Well, he's just fucked. He's on verge of dying, and I think he's realised he's made a big bit of a boo boo, and you know, he sticks gun at himself's a bit of a thing, and he says to a mason, "You're a pain up the arse," and he dies, and that's it. And then suddenly you jump into the future, because his son's been narrating with some of this like music, you know, some kind of like patriotic music or whatever, you know. I just want interesting, and it's like open end. She's still alive. You've got the Vaughn there, and there's no countries. It's all one world now, and they've asked him to be president, and obviously they realise that human race has to change. I mean, it's a nice little speech, and it's sort of a bit feely goody. And you know that they're not alone in the universe, and that's it. It just finishes. You know, they ask him to be president 3 times, and he turns it down, and gives a fucking thing on democracy or whatever, and you know that's it. And I'm thinking after 5 years of following this, I mean the first 2 seasons I really enjoyed, right? Because you never saw the invasion, but you got bits about it. And I thought this has got potential, because I mean they did hold back the mystery of the why the Shenny were there. I mean the writing were really good, and then somewhere in 3rd season sort of lost it a bit, and then 4th season you sort of kept afloat with it, because you stuck with it. You wanted to know why they were here and what were going on, and then 5th season just fucking sunk it for me. Honestly, I've sat through 10 episodes of it today, and I thought after all that, you know, the big build up to that, it's just been a complete, utter, total fucking waste of complete shite. So, I won't be buying this on a box set. I mean, look, I'm going to give this, right, I'm going to give this 3 out of 5, right? I was just expecting such an amazing ending with this. I really wanted to go out on a buzz on this. I mean, half this series, it shouldn't have been done. I mean, you know, Pope, you say to me, Pope should have gone out in a blaze of glory. He should have been the one with a nuke on his back and a motorbike, flying in on a suicidal thing. Redemption, you know, realised they were wrong, and he comes in and saves them at the end, rams a motorbike in and sacrifices himself, you know. Instead he just goes out like that. I just think it's a complete waste. But I'm glad she was saved, because I did like her and his sons, and... But I mean, Pope did have a point. He said everybody fucking, he knew. I mean, they got a lot of them killed, didn't they, really? So, I mean, you know, he did have a point, didn't he? He was a bit, I found a bit patronising his character, you know, Mason, like. Yeah, you know, I got into it, first 2 seasons were interested in watching him grow, becoming this, but there's been potential story threads in this entire series where they could have really built something wonderful, you know, and really got something good going, but they just sunk it. To me, they rushed this, you know, they rushed it. To me, it should have been probably a 7-year storyline, and probably 2-3 more episodes per series to sort of get something. But the big final, when you saw the Queen, honestly, it lasted about 3-4 minutes, that was it. I just thought, is that it? So I'm sorry, for all these guys I'm going to give 3 out of 5, and it's got nothing to offer me at all. This has been quite a bad review, isn't it, really? So I'm sorry. I mean, some people will enjoy it. I mean, I honestly, I followed it 5 years. I've been, you know, quite faithful to it, but I just, where it went on this last season, just finished it for me. I waited and thought I'd sit down, watch all 10 episodes together and make a day of it, you know, a bank holiday Monday of it, and I'm extremely fucked off with it, and it's 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm doing this video. So anyway, please subscribe to my videos, share them, let me know what you think of this review, and I'll see you on the next one. Sorry about Falling Skies, guys, that's how I feel about it. Not too happy. Anyway, live long and prosper.